Hello guys, welcome back to the Top Drive show. My name is Dimitri. I'm the community manager here for Top Drives, and we have a special episode for you today. Although as of recent, most of our episodes have been quite special in one way or another. We are showcasing the new Tri-Series prize car, the Suzuki Pikes Peak XL7. Couple of interesting facts about the car. It's not actually a brand new prize car. It's been given out as a prize car for the Tri-Series twice, in 2017 and 2018, and now it's making a return in November of 2020. And another fun fact is that it was actually the very first, what we now call a prize car, for what we now call a Tri-Series. So it was the very first Tri-Series prize car. Now it's your chance to get it. And John, our design director, will talk about the car and compare it to other cars in its class. So keep watching to find out how it performs against the competitors. Let's watch it.
Thanks, Dimitri. Quite a prize car, really. Suzuki Pikes Peak XL7. It's funny because this is the third time this is available, but I don't feel like that diminishes the excitement at all. In a way, and I guess it's twofold really. It's one is that this is just an incredible machine. I mean, it's an unbelievable level of performance that very, very few cars can get to. It's absolutely it's one of those few cars that has just been built with such a kind of focus and such a kind of single-minded sort of purpose that its level of performance is incredible. But also, and actually, that this in a way this sort of feels like it means quite a lot to me, but it's almost a piece of Top Drive's history. It was the first prize car. I mean, I remember back, Suzuki was the first manufacturer that arrived in Top Drive's post-launch, and it's in a way they're great cars, Suzuki's, and some great little off-road cars, but not the sort of breadth of performance that maybe some other manufacturers bring. And then we were sort of, when we were constructing the list, we were just like, looking through the history of Suzuki's, and it's just like this Pikes Peak model is just like, right, no question, we have to have that in the game. And it was just like, if we're going to do a first prize car, that is a pretty special way to go about it. So yeah, there's been, like I said, there's been two previous opportunities. This is the third, but I think I'm well worth owning a piece of Top Drive's history. I was just going to kind of jump straight into a few videos of kind of challenges and see sort of how it stacks up. I think that the first one is I think just, for what can, I don't know, in some ways it looks like quite a kind of compact little car, but just the depth of power and speed that this thing has is pretty immense. So putting it up against Lamborghini Urus in a drag race on dirt, and you can see actually, in some ways, actually the Urus actually gets a tiny bit of a kind of better start. But very, very quickly, the sheer power of the Suzuki tells, and it just opens up a huge gap. What's interesting, and is actually quite common with some of these specialist machines, is not the highest top speed. I mean, not high at all when you look at the other performance figures. So over a mile, the Urus actually starts to get back into it, but it can't close the gap that the Suzuki's opened up. So a sort of fairly convincing victory there. And then switching it up a bit, so looking at maybe a bit more of the handling. So some of the kind of comparable machines, kind of particularly if it's an off-road focus, the handling just isn't in kind of the upper tier really. But so you can see that if I put it up against Porsche 959 Dakar on a gravel hairpin, and you can see here that it does it. I mean, it bursts off the line. It's quicker off the line, but then through every turn, it's just opening up a bigger and bigger gap. So anything with twists and turns, and particularly sort of off road is where that 90 handling is going to come into effect. And then yeah, just another one, so sort of showing you, I guess, kind of just highlighting some of the, some of the differences. It's quite nice to see the way, just to kind of highlight when, when this car is in its absolute element. And part of that is that the tire, I think this is a big topic of conversation, but and it does vary, but the tires certainly in that era of Pikes Peak car, that if we felt like the closest we had was were all surface. So I think yeah, if we just switch the challenge to a wet slalom and put it up against another incredibly rapid car in the Lancia Delta S4 Rally, but is on off-road tires. And this is that you can just it's just highlighting the fact that in those wet conditions, it's a real multi-purpose star, the XL7, because it can handle kind of dirt, it can handle gravel, but it is also very, very effective in the wet. And then finally, in continuing the theme of fantasy challenges, this is just a race that I would love to see happen in real life. I feel like Top Gear or the Grand Tour or Car Wow really should get hold of an XL7, get hold of a Chiron, find a rallycross circuit, and then see what happens. And as we watch it out, I mean, the Chiron's actually fractionally ahead going into the first section of off road. And then I know, I mean, the result is pretty obvious, but it's just, I mean, this would be a great race to watch in real life, but it's just amazing that the blend of ability that the XL7 has is really the thing that I think kind of puts it right up, very, very close to the Top Drives hierarchy. And we've it doesn't really matter kind of where you look, whether you look at kind of sort of Cayenne turbos, Audi Quattro S1, even stuff like kind of the Stelvio Quadrifoglio. It's sort of, there's a lot of other kind of high RQ sort of comparable cars that just can't really get close to the XL7. It's only really when you start to get into maybe some of the more hill climbs with the kind of lower ride height of the XL7 that some of those cars kind of get back into the fight. But all in all, just an amazing car, record breaker. Sort of when it actually competed in the Pikes Peak for real, and a piece of Top Drive's history, and a car that I means a lot to me because of that. But good luck in the battles for that.
Thank you very much, John, and thank you, folks, for tuning into this video. I'm wishing you good luck in the upcoming Tri-Series finals, and I hope you get your hands on the Suzuki Pikes Peak XL7. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more Top Drives content in the future, and follow our social links to stay on top of all the Top Drives news. And good luck, and I'll see you in the next episode.